What's up, Lego builders, and welcome back to Coconut Brick Studios. If you're anything like me, you love building Lego MOCs, but are tired of your scenes looking like this. You take the time to create a cool build, have an epic story in mind, and then all the minifigs are just standing around like NPCs waiting to give someone a quest.
Hey, listen!
But that ends now. I'm going to share with you 10 plus minifig poses you can start using today, and all you need are a few Lego pieces and some non-Lego material. Don't tell the purists. So if you're ready, don't forget to execute order 66 on that like button, and let's get posing. To make things more organized, I've split the video into 3 parts, starting with the legs. For this first pose, all you need is a minifig. Simply remove the leg and boom, you have a sleeping pirate. Just kidding, but all you have to do now is position the leg in front and your fig can strike a heroic pose looking through binoculars or directing troops. Just make sure the disconnected leg is raised up slightly higher than the other one so it looks like your fig is stepping up onto something. Make sure you catch the minifig's good side. There are a couple variations to this pose as well. If you want a more crouched look, flip the legs and hips around and bend one leg behind the body and stick the other leg in front on the opposite side. Now you have a crouching soldier firing at the enemy or bending down to tie his shoes, since no one wants to take a tumble while in the middle of a fight. Lastly, for a more chill look, plop the minifig down somewhere in a sitting position and put the leg up against the body. Now your minifig has a sassy little sitting pose with one leg propped up ready for the next photo op or a gossip session with Master Obi-Wan. I heard Master Windu uses the floor polishers to buff his forehead. No. Next is a cool pose I learned last year. Remove the legs and hips, then separate those from each other, making sure to put the hip in a place you won't forget, unlike what I did. Next, take a couple trans-clear headlight bricks and stick them horizontally on the bottom of the torso, then reattach the legs, sticking out on either side. This is great for a nice meditative pose, and if you want to take things a step further, flip the headlight bricks into their upright position, and now your minifig can hover in the air, just like Luke in The Last Jedi. I'm talking specifically about this scene, definitely not this one. I especially like this pose for Jedi and built a cool scene last year of a mysterious master dueling a Sith while meditating. Though with this pose, you do need to be wary of showing off that cake from behind.
What did he say?
This last one is a pose I picked up from a Sacred Bricks video, the thumbnail actually. All you need is a 1x2 bracket. Once again, remove all lower pieces and stick the bracket on the bottom of the torso. Attach the legs to that and now you have all kinds of poses available. Forget the clone who punched a droid, how about the clone who went full football mode on them?
My leg!
I'll admit I don't use the kicking pose a lot in my MOCs, but this could be a new tool to add to the arsenal. Nothing like a force kick from a Jedi to send even a giant monster flying into next week. Or if you want something a little more chill, you could have your character calmly eating her lunch, legs dangling in the breeze, or have your favorite clone hitting his squat PR on leg day in front of the boys. Since I'm doing all these minifig poses, I thought I'd show you some cool droid poses. Oh wait, Lego's been using the same unmovable leg piece since before most of you were even born. Thankfully, Clone Army Customs decided to take matters into their own hands and made these awesome, very articulate custom droids. Even a simple pose like walking makes a droid force look much cooler and more intimidating. Plus, now I can recreate the most commonly seen droid poses seen in Star Wars. Them getting shot, launched in the air, or both at the same time. That takes us through the leg segment of this challenge. Make sure to let me know which of these is your favorite in the comments. The nice thing about Lego legs is they have holes to connect to studs, which makes posing them easy, but arms have no such attachment capabilities, so here's where that non-Lego material comes in handy. I've been using this Simply Tacky putty for years now and it works great. And a huge disclaimer during this video, be very careful when disassembling your minifigs, especially the arms. Colors like dark red, dark green, reddish brown, dark brown can be very brittle, so if possible, I would avoid doing these poses with those colors. For this first pose, simply remove an arm from your minifig and stick a little ball of Simply Tacky on the back side of the arm. Replace the arm in the pose you want, making sure the Simply Tack squishes in and around the hole for the arm. And don't worry, this stuff is very firm and easy to remove, so you don't have to worry about it getting all over the inside of the torso, as long as you don't mush it around a bunch. This next one is great for a two-handed posture. Once again, remove an arm, but stick the ball of tack where the armpit would be, and replace the arm, making sure the ball of tack makes a lot of contact with the torso. Now you can have some clones on patrol with guns out in front of them. I know you can do this without removing the arm, but I think this looks more realistic. You can also raise the arm up to a shooting position from the shoulder, which is great for photos. Let me know in the comments if you think there are any other cool poses possible with this setup. Here's a good pose for officers conducting an inspection or on a casual walk in the park, depending on the mood. Remove both arms this time, putting the ball of tack in the back of the armpit. Stick the arms on the torso in a downward position with the hands behind the back. I really like this pose. It makes the minifig really come to life and look like they're contemplating the mysteries of the universe. Or you could put the hands in front if your fig had a little too much blue milk to drink and there's a long line for the bathroom.
No!
Lastly, we have a pose I use quite a bit, and it involves the leg technique from earlier. Remove those arms and put the ball of tack at the top of the shoulder, replace the arms with one in the air and the other outstretched. Then remove one leg, placing it in front at a slight elevation. This creates a courageous looking sergeant calling his troops forward. I don't really know why he needs to point the gun up in the air, but it just looks cool. This is a great example of what you can do by combining leg and arm postures to really spice up your stories. And now, it's time for the final section. This final part will be a combo of head and entire body postures, with some obviously only for clones or other fully helmeted figs. If you want a masterclass on different head postures, check out Lego Gavin Productions. All helmet stuff in this video is inspired by him. He creates so many cool looking minifig poses and scenes for his already impressive mocks. Start by taking a 1x1 cylinder, preferably black, so it'll be less noticeable, and stick it on the neck. Now replace the helmet and put it in a downward facing motion. Now your clone can either be studying the terrain in front of him as he picks his way through enemy territory, taking an afternoon nap after a big lunch, or getting punched in the face. At last, we get to play around with all the previous parts combined for some cool full body poses. For this first one, we need to go into Wookiee mode and pull the fig apart entirely. Then stick two 1x1 brackets on the underside of the torso. Make sure one is an up facing while the other is a down facing bracket. Attach the legs to those and adjust till you get the right pose. Pop the arms off and reattach them in an arms outstretched pose using the sticky tack. This is giving Neo from the Matrix vibes and is a cool way to really elevate a lightsaber duel or a training session on Kamino. Now you can see the importance of having one of the brackets facing up because it allows for one of the legs to be slightly higher than the other, creating a more dynamic looking crouch. It's time for the final and most complicated pose of this video, which is going to combine elements from each of the three parts. Stick a 1x2 bracket under the torso and attach the legs pointing out in different directions. Stick a cylinder on the neck and add the helmet facing down. Attach the arms to the torso using the ball of sticky tack, raising them up over the minifig's head. And lastly, flip the whole thing upside down and behold, you've got a cartwheeling clone. This one's mostly just for fun, since in what scenario would this even be useful? A Jedi flipping through a group of battle droids, I guess, or maybe throwing down a finishing move during a lunch break dance battle. This video was a lot of fun to make, as even I get tired of constantly churning out more mock challenges, and it gave me some new pose options for the upcoming finale of my Imperial base on Mimban mock, which should hopefully be coming out in a few weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this one and learned a couple new tricks. When it comes to mock building, minifig placement can often be as important as building techniques or color schemes. So something to keep in mind is if you're not satisfied with a mock, it might not be the build at all, but the stagnant minifig setup. If you finished this video and are still hungry for some more coconut content, I've got a second YouTube channel full of World War II build challenges and soon a World War II mock series, epic custom Lego hauls, and coming this summer, a giant cyberpunk city which will be the setting for some epic battles between humans, robots, and mechs. The only thing that's missing are some sweet custom tanks. Oh wait, I've got those too. So head on over to Coconut's Kingdom and subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. Don't forget to let me know in the comments which of these poses was your favorite, or if you have a pose of your own you like to use, and I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, happy building.